Johns. I am sim racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver the number 35, stand up to Cancer Ford. I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am sim racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am sim racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am sim racing.
We are sim racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vintage Cup Series benefiting Stand Up to Cancer. Tonight's race, we are going to be at Darlington Raceway, and it is going to be 92 laps of engine pumping racing. It's going to be awesome out there. Oh, man. Darlington is a tough track. We just had Bristol, now we're on Darlington. Back to the short tracks. Honestly, I like the 87s at the short tracks better than the super speedways. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Please don't forget to get a snack, get your refreshments, get ready to sit down and watch some good racing because you will have about 5 minutes to go once qualifying starts. We'll go ahead and talk about the grid. For that, with that being said, let's talk about tonight's sponsors. Once again, like to thank Southern Heart Creations, You're By a Machine, TechNet Professionals, Mission Car Care, and Joka Graphics. Don't mind the moving logos. It's cutting a little close for tonight's broadcast. But with that also being said, broadcast sponsors being Critical at Bass Lures, bringing you those great caution reports, and also Nautilus Media Systems. I hope everyone had a great Monday so far, because mine was busy but good. So I hope everyone else is having a good Monday. We had a fun run on Sunday. I know a couple of those guys, those rallycross cars were really tough, and they got into each other. But, hey, it's rallycross. You bump and bang a little bit. You're racing on the dirt. It happens. But it's Monday now. We're in those 87 cars, so we get to see some of these guys hit the track. Following CJ Winslow out on the track right now. See what he does for his time. And we'll get to the qualifying times in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, our in-race reporter for tonight is going to be the man running the Steins Designs, the number 87, Dan Heisey. Dan, welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much.
Hey, man, so we're running at Darlington tonight. We have 82 laps to go. Obviously, pit strategy is going to be important, but it is a short track, which means a lot of these guys are going to have a little bit. There's going to be a couple cautions that come out. It's unavoidable. Because it's Darlington, it's going to be a pretty tight racing. But luckily, Darlington's a wide track. So how are you going to handle, driving up in the front if you're by yourself, or if you're side by side with someone, maybe going too wide, or possibly three, if you guys risk it for the biscuit?
Probably, honestly, try and save tires at most, because this track, you're going to burn your tires up.
Mm-hmm.
That's mainly if I'm just driving alone. If I'm driving side by side, I'll most likely just give someone the position, just so I don't cause a wreck or anything happens between the two of us. And then 3 wide, I don't even know how I'm going to manage that. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna check up early and just let the other two battle it out. See what happens from there.
More of a passive playthrough, but hey, that's fine. That's whatever fits your strategy. And I know with Darlington being one of those tracks where it's kind of like you need to stay maybe a car length behind the two guys that are duking it out, because most likely they'll get into it and you'll be able to punch through a hole and get past them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. So, with your strategy, being saving tires and stuff like that, are you finding that that outside line is still burning them off pretty hard? Are you gonna, I guess, maybe risk it and take 2 if you ever hit the pits, or are you gonna be one of those guys are you gonna be taking all 4s? I guess a better question is, are you comfortable driving on 2?
So I'm decently comfortable driving on 2. It's just a matter of basically like how warm the track gets and whatnot, and how much grip you can actually get through the race.
Okay.
So
you're just gonna take it by ear.
Yep.
Well,
so far
that's not a bad strategy. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and do a quick run through of how you're going to attack the track. We'll go ahead and jump into your roll bar if you want to go ahead, and you're on the front straight right now. Kind of talk us through those corners and where you're going to be apexing those turns.
I'm probably it was a shitty corner. Whoops, my bad.
It's hard to talk and drive, I know.
Yeah.
We'll give you another lap around. So go ahead and line yourself up, and then prep yourself with the mental conversation.
Oh, good. I mean, also, my tires are kind of just worn at this point, so I've been going around the track for, I think this is like 7 or 8 laps now. Probably gonna hit the apex right here, slide up the track, try and get this high line going, and then try and cut it down here so I don't hit the wall coming out too.
Are you comfortable possibly cutting into that apron at all?
I haven't tried it yet, but we will.
You want to give it a shot? Let's see, show people what it's like for these guys to hit the apron, if it's going to be kind of chaotic, or if you guys can drive it out.
Yeah, do it.
Awesome.
That actually feels a little bit better.
Slides you up pretty fast, but if you're by yourself, it looks like you swung through that pretty fast.
I felt a lot better than it did with my other two. Oh, no.
Nope.
Yep.
Maybe turn 1, turn 2.
Actually, yeah.
I was thinking maybe on the exit you could cut short on out of 4 and cut that apron, like kind of like the dogleg out at Phoenix, and kind of cut through.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I didn't think about doing that.
I know one of those guys will use that on you, so you got to be careful.
Yeah. I think if you hit the apron going at a certain speed, you can actually like get some grip down there, I think.
Yeah, I think for 3 and 4, if you're looking to cut the cut the apron at the very end on the exit of 4, you almost want to enter in high and kind of do a late apex and shoot across. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you figure out the track, by testing out different lines and kind of just, see what sticks.
Sliding up a lot there.
Yeah, a little hot.
Still coming down at the apex
bad.
in 4. Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Well, man, thank you for giving us a lap around the track, kind of talking to us about your strategy. Now everyone knows, so good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
But no, seriously, best luck out there. I know Darlington's going to be a tough track, so stay alive, keep your car clean, and go get it, man.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause to Dan Heisey there for popping in. I know it's a lot of these guys aren't used to being up in the booth, and we're doing this a little bit different to bring up as many drivers as possible each race, kind of give everyone a chance to talk and get some airtime that haven't had some airtime. So it's kind of fun to see where everyone's mindset is, what they're going to be doing off the track, and what their overall plan is going to be. With that being said, we got a minute to go, so we're going to do a quick word from our sponsors and be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Couple seconds to go. Whew. I'm excited. Darlington's a good track. Even though, it gets rough, it's a good track. This is one of those tracks where it's going to be tight racing. Like I was talking to him before about kind of like, getting a late apex on turn 3 and 4 and exiting. I'm pretty sure you're going to see maybe Nick Nickerson or Kevin Foster use that. I've seen Kevin Foster cut the apron before on exits where you have that kind of run. So that's going to be kind of their style, is they're going to, if they can't get around you and they're driving the line, they might actually dive in deep on you and then try and cut across and get you into a drag race down the front straight and try and then beat you into that first apex. So we'll see some of those guys do that. We'll just have to see how it turns out. But on the lineup, let's talk about the drivers out on the track. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off with the number 15 Death by Moose Media paint scheme, Christopher Hamilton. Shout out to Chris for always running my paints. I like that black and white one. That's awesome. Classic, to the point. And then looks like behind him we have CJ Winslow running the number 61 Amp Energy Drink. Terry Conda's running in that Ford Credit 32. If it's not Ford Credit, you got bad credit. We have Willie in that Bush number 19. Dave Lohr racing in the Western Auto number 17. Joshua Billiter in the Wooden Nickel 39 number 3. Sorry, Josh. What am I thinking? Bill Harkins running in the number 11. Looks like he's got a geezer paint scheme there. And Eric Andrews in the number 9 Vision Racing Machine. Matt Crockett running in the Veterans Day number 10. Veterans Day coming up this week. I believe it's the 11th. Nick Nickerson running in that all-black number 85. Looks like he's not running his usual sponsor, which is Miller, or Genuine Miller. We have Dan Heisey, once again, thank you for popping in the booth. And that's Steins Designs, number 87. Wes Fuller in his Stand to Cancer, number 35. Beautiful paint scheme. Anthony Kieswetter running in the number 34, all yellow. And Kevin Foster in that TechNet Professional number 8. And we also have Dylan McDonald in the number 38 running his Memorial paint scheme. With that being said, up in front, it's going to be... Oh, and then also Carl Handwerk running his number 18 breast cancer awareness core paint scheme. But up in front, we have Christopher Hamilton, Carl Handwerk, CJ Winslow, and Kevin Foster taking on the top 4. Let's see what's going to happen out tonight. Shout out to Bill. Bill, if you don't go for the win, I'm going to be severely upset. All right, pace cars off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to see these cars go green for 91 laps at Darlington. And we are green, green, green tonight. Carl Handwerk with a good start. Same thing with Christopher Hamilton on his outside. Kevin Foster tucking in behind him. Oh, no! Terry Condas whips it. Oh, that is going to cause a round 1 caution, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready that caution report. Nope, looks like we are still going to go green. Interesting. That was, he might have recovered. All right, Carl Handwerk up in front, getting around Christopher Hamilton. Hamilton sitting in second. Looks like Kevin Foster up in front of CJ Winslow and Nick Nickerson looking to get around someone out there. Shooting down the line once more. CJ Winslow tucking in behind Kevin Foster. I saw it actually battle breaking up between Eric Andrews and Nick Nickerson, so we're going to go and jump over to that real fast. Nick Nickerson looking to the inside of Eric Andrews, trying to take him down the straight. Dives in on the inside of the corner. Nice entrance into the apex, slides up. Eric having to slow down. That's going to also open up the door for Willie Evernham to race him down into the back straight. Nick Nickerson also making a move on Anthony Keysweater. Gets around him. Kevin Foster. Oh, Nick scrapes the wall just a tad bit. Up in front, looks like Carl Handwerk, Christopher Hamilton able to break away. Kevin Foster, oh, holding his line. CJ Winslow gets sideways. Can he recover it? Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ unhooking his rear tires halfway through that turn and reclaims his traction. That is beautiful. Way to go, man. That is a scary moment. Joshua Billiter riding in 5th right now, right behind him. Nick Nickerson trying to run him down. That Wooden Nichols running as fast as he can. Coming up on lap traffic, Nick Nickerson getting around Terry Condas. Terry taking to the inside of the apron. Looks like everyone kind of pacing it out, holding to their lines. We are 6 laps in. CJ looking to get a pass around Kevin Foster. His back end already slipping out just a little bit. Oh, barely misses that wall. Still having a pretty good exit out of that corner. Goes into turn 1 and 2. Tucks it in, touches the apron. He's going to slide up again. That's something that's going to be kind of indicative of these guys driving right now is they have the opportunity to kind of use the field to their advantage. You're going to see them slide in on that entrance and then slide up into the outside. So 2 wide is going to be a very, very scary situation for a lot of these guys. So we're just going to have to see how they're going to deal with it. And there we go on the exit of turn 4. CJ, good pass on Kevin Foster. Looks like Kevin dropped down to let him go. He had a hell of a run on him. Nick Nickerson also looking to get around Kevin Foster. He's got a little ways to go, but doesn't hurt to keep driving and trying to reel them back in. Nine laps down. As you can see, Joshua Biller still staying pretty well tucked next to Nick Nickerson. He's getting away just a little bit, but Josh is staying right in that area. He wants to stay with him. And off turn 1 and 2, down the back straight. Pretty much staggered out between Kevin Foster, CJ Winslow, Nick Nickerson, and Joshua Bilder. We'll have to come back to these guys in a little bit. Let's check down the field right now, see what else is going on out there. Willie also kind of stretched out. Same thing with Wes Fuller, but Eric Andrews reeling in Wes Fuller right now, looking for that pass. He's got some speed behind him. Can he carry it through, though? A little bit of a loose exit. Oh, Anthony Keysweater slapping the wall on the exit right there. Question is someone going to also try and replace his paint on the side of the wall on that exit themselves? All right, you can look at that. Eric Andrews tucked in nice and tight behind Wes Fuller. He's getting ready for that pass. He just doesn't know exactly when to do it. We haven't seen him step out and look for it. He's kind of in one of those, I'm just kind of waiting for it to open up situations, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think right now the most important thing on the track is really kind of go for it and make some position, because, you know, Darlington, you're going to burn your tires off. It's going to be almost as bad as Bristol in the sense of these guys' tire wears. It's going to be kind of atrocious. All right, looks like they're holding out strong. Eric Andrews not looking to make any moves. Oh, Terry Conda's a little all over the place right now. Just doesn't seem like it's his track tonight. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the front of the race. Check out what's going on. Carl Handwerk still leading the pack. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a caution out. Let's go to a quick critical hit Bachelor's caution report and find out what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, on the replay. So, Eric Andrews riding up on Wes Fuller. Goes to make a pass on the front straight. Takes it to the inside. Wes giving him the space on the outside. Does not break up just enough. Slaps the wall. Sticks to him like glue. And sends him into the middle. Oh, gosh. Dylan trying to avoid that accident. Takes it down low, and just not much you can do. That's a bummer. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical... Ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit Bachelor's caution report. And we are back live. Up in front, it's going to be Eric Andrews, Dylan McDonald, Dan Heisey, and Carl Handwerk. Looks like Carl in the pits. Wes getting himself back up to the front after getting turned around like that. Not a bad call. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage. He can keep rolling. Looks like both Carl Handwerk grabbing a full set of 4. Kevin Foster able to beat out Christopher Hamilton. Same thing with CJ Winslow up in the front. Joshua Billiter lining in behind these guys. And I think Nick Nickerson also in the pits with them. That is correct. It looks like Christopher Hamilton opting to take some repairs. All right, up front, looks like Eric Andrews, Dylan McDonald, Terry Condas, and most likely Wes Fuller, yep, hitting the pits. So up in front, we're going to have Carl Handwerk, Kevin Foster, and CJ Winslow. Once they get around there, it should be a 1-2-3 between those guys. All right, let's go ahead and pull in Dan Heisey and talk to him about the race, how it's going for him. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 87, Dan Heisey. Dan, it's a little bit of a rough race out there. A lot of these guys, I think, including yourself, you're kind of making friends with the wall. You know, what do you?
A couple times.
Just saying hi. What do you think you can do out there to maybe tighten that up and not push out too much?
Probably back up my turns. Honestly, I think that's the best thing to do. And probably hit those apexes probably a lot better and not drive it in as deep.
All right. Well, looking forward to you to try that out. See if we can get you up the poles just a little bit.
Yeah.
But right now, but the good thing is you look pretty solid out on the track. Your rear tires are sticking in. I know you're sliding up. That happens to a lot of people. Even the guys up in front are sliding up too. But you know, the whole time it looks like you're pretty much all four tires are connected. They're not kind of breaking loose on you, which is a good thing. So
yeah, it's definitely a loose track, but you get really tight in 3 and 4, so
yeah.
that's definitely oh boy. Oh no! All right, we're good.
You're good.
No, it's definitely getting tight in 3 and 4, and with as hot as this track is, I'm sure it's gonna get a lot looser.
All right, man. Looks like you're going live. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, sounds good, man.
Good luck. All right. Looks like we're getting ready for the restart. Just wanted to let him go green. All right, we are green tonight. Carl Handwerk, Kevin Foster up in front. CJ Winslow right behind them. Joshua Billiter sitting in 4th. 5th going to Willie Evernham. Matt Crockett sitting in 6th. And it looks like Christopher Hamilton going on the outside of Matt Crockett. Matt having to dodge. Terry Conn is out on the track. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one up front. Oh, that sounds like an accident. Nope, just some wall banging from up front. Willie Evernham getting ready to send it in on Joshua Billiter. Going into 3 and 4, getting ready for the exit. Rides the outside. Is he going to cut in? Nope, he's just going to hold it straight. Josh back in, just slips out on him just a tad bit. Oh, contact! Willie Evernham gets to the side of Josh Billiter. Oh, goes up into the wall. Can Willie recover it? Willie is still driving straight. Oh, man. That is not good. And the caution is out. Let's jump over to a quick Critical Ambassador's caution report. Ouch. That looks like it hurt pretty badly. All right, we are back live once again. Willie dives to the inside and looks like he tries to correct it and just oversteers. Oh, and catches Josh. I really think a lot of those guys leaving that corner, they're still really loose even down the straight. And so you kind of don't want to be correcting because you're just going to end up, you know, having that situation happen to you. That's a bummer. Alrighty, we are back live. Looks like Christopher Hamilton, or blah, Carl Handwerk, CJ Winslow. Oh, whoa. Deep dive by Carl there. Yep. Carl Handwerk, CJ Winslow, Kevin Foster, Christopher Hamilton, Willie Evernham, Matt Crockett, and also Dan Heisey hitting the pits. Drivers that are staying out: Anthony Keysweater, Wes Fuller, most likely Nick Nickerson. Nope, he's in the pits with these guys as well. Same thing with Eric Andrews, Dave Lohr staying out. Terry Conda's also out on the track trying to get some laps back. And same thing with Bill Harkins. So up in front right now, it's going to be Dylan McDonald, Anthony Keysweater, Wes Fuller. Looks like Joshua Builder also out on the track. Question is, who's going to dive in? All right. Looking at the pit stops. So out on the track, they should be getting ready to take first. It's going to be it's going to be Carl Handwerk, Christopher Hamilton, Kevin Foster, Willie Evernham, and Joshua Billiter. Looks like Dan Heisey sitting in fifth right now. Josh still in the pits. Getting ready to be about 3/4 of the way done. Sorry, 3/4, 1/3 of the way done. So far, Carl Handwerk has had a pretty dominating run up here. He seems to be pretty solid. Christopher Hamilton, his restarts are good. His consistency on Darlington, I don't know if he's fast, but you know we saw Carl Handwerk kind of just drive around him. So I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up the pace. Kevin Foster though, yeah, Kevin Foster's been making some moves on the field, so I wouldn't count him out, but right now he's sitting in 13th. Matt Crockett's been able to hold position. He's doing pretty good out there. He's sitting in third right now. And then Willie Evernham, you know, he did get in one of those accidents and was involved in that, but he's been fast. So I wouldn't put it out of Willie Evernham's wheelhouse to move his way up there and start making some moves on Matt Crockett and then possibly get around Christopher Hamilton for the second place. We'll just have to see how it plays out. All right, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag up in the air. Pace car in the pits. We are getting ready to go green once more. And we are green to go. Carl Handwerk with a great restart. Christopher Hamilton staying right behind him. Matt Crockett not letting that spacing build up. And Willie Evernham doing a great job driving next to Terry Condas. breaks out away, trying to run down Matt Crockett. Let's go ahead and jump in the pit, in the cockpit as he's making a run on him. Looks like Matt dropping to the inside, letting Willie get that run. Carrying that speed through. Can he use that to catch up to Christopher Hamilton? I think he can. I think Willie's got a lot of speed behind him tonight. It's definitely going to be a race to watch for Willie Evernham. And there we go. A little bit of a shuffle there. Down into turn 1. Oh, Dylan dives in deep. Can he keep the speed? He's going to slide up. Oh, Wes Fuller stepping out to the outside. Nope. Looks like he does not see a pass. He's going to drop back down. Stay down low. Dylan McDonald, Eric Andrews, CJ Winslow all looking for a pass. Dan Heisey having to play some defense right now. He's got some heaters behind him trying to get around. CJ driving that inside line, back end, kicking out just a tad bit, but a little more from Eric Andrews as he whips it around. Down into turn 1 and 2 side by side. Dan Heisey, Dylan McDonald. Dylan drives it in. Eric Andrews also looking to get on that. CJ Winslow backing him up. Oh, Dan clips the wall. He gets into CJ. Can they recover it? CJ Winslow getting back out on the track, but definitely battered and beaten. All right, 1/3 of the way done. Christopher Hamilton holding his line strong. Carl Handwerk staying up in front. Willie Evernham also stretched out with these guys. 1, 2, and 3 are on their own. Matt Crockett trying to close the gap, but he's got no support. Dylan McDonald sitting in 5th and Eric Andrews in 6th. Nick Nickerson in 7th, running down Eric Andrews, but right behind him, Wes Fuller, not letting him get away. Matt Crockett's kind of sitting in the sweet spot right now. Even though he is sitting in 4th, he's not having to push it as hard to keep pace with Christopher Hamilton, Willie, and Carl Handwerk. So definitely just riding it out, and that's kind of looks like what everyone's doing out there on the track right now. Everyone's kind of in a single line race, not really looking for position, more looking for a time frame and kind of nailing down a good time and maybe being consistent out on the track to reduce damage on the paneling, so when they go into the pits, they don't have to worry about having to repair damage, but just kind of staying fast out on the track. Carl Handwerk still in the lead right behind him. Christopher Hamilton. Willie Evernham making some friends with the wall just for a little bit. Matt Crockett holding his lines. Dylan McDonald trying to be fast out there, but right behind him, Eric Andrews looking to catch him, and Nick Nickerson. That is a double threat. Wait, no, hold that. That's a triple threat. Wes Fuller also backing them up. Those are some fast drivers to be worried about. All right, here we go. Matt Crockett having to play some defense against Dylan McDonald, Eric Andrews, Nick Nickerson, and Wes Fuller. Luckily, Darlington is a tight track, like I talked with Dan Heisey during the pre-race race interview. It's a tight track. Getting a pass is probably going to have to be on a straight. And we have contact. Eric Andrews getting hit and going around. Question is, yep, caution is out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump to a quick critical ambassador's caution report. All right, we are back live, and Eric Andrews still in the fight. Hats off to him for staying alive. With that being said, I'm going to go grab a quick drink. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you need to, go grab a beverage or a snack or some popcorn and get ready to watch some more racing. We'll be right back. All right, I am back. Shout out to Bill Harkins for running that life alert in the back of his paint scheme. We're joking about that. I think after the race or before the race, last Vintage Cups race. Oh, I love that he can take a joke. That is so awesome. All right. Lights are off. One lap to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what these guys can do. All right, so on the outside line, it's going to be Carl Handwerk, Christopher Hamilton, Matt Crockett, And Nick Nickerson, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the inside line. Lap drivers Dan Heisey, Terry Condas, and Bill Harkins. All right, as we hit that front straight, pace car's off, getting ready for the green flag. And we are green. Great restart there from Carl Handwerk and Christopher Hamilton tucking in Matt Crockett. A little bit slower to the gun, but behind him, he's got Nick Nickerson trying to run him down. We're going to see a little bit of a 3-wide situation. Terry Condas dropping in low, giving an opportunity for these guys to pass. Nick's going to send it in there, going into turn 3 and 4. Back end sticking just so gently. Oh, man. But look at that. Behind him, Willie Evernham also looking for a pass on Matt Crockett. Looks like Matt's going to give him the run on the outside line. Nick Nickerson looking to get around Dan Stein. Takes him down into 3 and 4. What a pass. Just driving up that line right now. Up in front there, quite a bit away. It's going to be Christopher Hamilton and Carl Handwerk. Chris finally getting that gap to close up just a little bit. Is kind of, hot on, he's hot on Carl's tail right now. We'll jump over to him just for a tad bit, but definitely within the realm of catching up to him. Don't put it out of his skill set to do that. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, a caution is out on the track right now. Let's go ahead and jump to a quick caution report and find out what happened. Ooh, that does not look good. All right, here we go. It's actually going to be Dan Heisey coming out of turn 3 and 4. Oh, just sends it in too hot. Spins himself around on the wall. Luckily, no one else was scooped up in that. Both, who was that? Let's run that back one more time. It looks like Kevin Foster and CJ Winslow dodged it by a hair. Good heads-up driving by both those guys. And, ladies and gentlemen, that was a quick hit past Lewis caution report. All right, drivers hitting the pit. Going to be Carl Handwerk. Oh, nope. Nope, that is correct. They're hitting the pits. It's just the long pits at Darlington. Carl hitting the pits. Christopher Hamilton right behind him. Dave Lohr staying out on the track to lead a lap. And there we go. Up in front, going to be Nick Nickerson. Unless Dave Lohr decides to pit. Yep, he's going in. It's going to be Nick Nickerson, Eric Andrews, Carl Handwerk, Matt Crockett, and Christopher Hamilton. For our top 6, and Willie Evernham is going to go ahead and fill that slot. All right, this is it. This is where we're going to see some aggressive driving in the sense of people moving up the field with Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk, and Eric Andrews all lined up. Carl's just probably going to try and get around Eric and then try and run down Nick. He doesn't want to give him the space to really get away with it. So It's just you got to act fast and get up there. And there we go. Everyone back out on the track. Anthony Keysweater moving his way up to the front, getting ready for that restart. Lights are off, getting ready for the green flag. Nick Nickerson, Eric Andrews, Carl Handwerk, Matt Crockett, Christopher Hamilton, and Willie Evernham sitting in the top 6. Right behind them in 7th, Joshua Billiter, 8th, CJ Winslow, 9th, Kevin Foster, 10th, Dylan McDonald, 11th, Terry Condis, Wes Fuller in 12th. 13th going to Anthony Keysweater, and looks like Bill Harkin sitting in 15th. This is it. Past that halfway point. Getting ready to see what these guys can do. Pace car dropping off. Cue the music. Put that green flag high up in the air. And we are green tonight. CJ Winslow already stepping out, looking for a run. Kevin Foster dropping in behind him. Chris looks like Carl Handwerk tucking in behind Eric Andrews, looking for a little bit of space. What is going to happen between both these drivers as they come out of turn 2? Carl with a good run, but Keysweater kind of in his way. Sends it in for turn 3 and 4. Keysweater getting loose, touches the wall. Oh, he's just riding it. Oh, man. Oh. Keysweater. That guy just made a safe call and kept his car up on that wall and let these guys stay low and get around him. That's such a stressful situation. But it has opened up a run for Christopher Hamilton on Eric Andrews. Chris getting ready to make that pass. Slowly reeling in. Eric Andrews wants to get that third place away from him. Talking about a car length away, a little bit shorter as he gets it into 1 and 2. Just a smidgen behind him. Chris closing the gap. I would have to say within 1 or 2 turns, he's going to have to pass him if he can maintain the speed, but it looks like it's starting to drop off now. Nick Nickerson got lucky with Anthony Keysweater kind of holding up Carl Handwerk just a tad bit. And there we go. Christopher Hamilton sending it to the inside. Dives down to the apron. He's going to slide up. Can he keep that momentum through? Looks like he's just having a hard time trying to set up that pass. Gonna go ahead and ride along with Willie Evernham. Willie's sitting in 5th right now. Kind of has a bird-eye view of what's going on ahead of him. He's in one of those situations where he just needs to keep driving fast, not worry about having to battle anyone just yet, and stay with the race. And there we go. Looks like Christopher Hamilton throwing down a pass on Eric Andrews and getting up ahead of him. That is correct. What a run. Question is Carl Handwerk able to reel in Nick Nickerson? Nick already hitting the apex of the corner. And Carl still a little bit too far behind him. Going to go ahead and roll through the field real fast. Once again, Christopher Hamilton able to make it around Eric Andrews. Willie Evernham trying to reel in both of those drivers in front of him. CJ Winslow, who's been fast out on the track, just seems to keep touching the wall, and he's got great restarts. He's got speed behind him, but he just can't seem to, get it going smooth. Matt Crockett staying up and relevant. Joshua Billiter sitting in 8th right now. Wes Fuller hot on his tail. Same thing with Dylan McDonald trying to run these guys down. Honestly, for a mile and a half in super speedways, that's where I would say Dylan McDonald, Wes Fuller, and Josh Billiter have a really good run. Kevin Foster sitting in 11th right now, just kind of riding it out. I don't know if he's got any engine damage. He definitely has some front end damage, so he's got to be careful about that. Key Sweater sitting in 12th. Terry Conda's riding it out in the back. And Nick Nickerson catching up to him, getting ready to do some lap traffic. Carl Handwerk and Christopher Hamilton stretched out. Eric Andrews in the same position. Evernham trying to just ride it out and catch up to these guys. Everyone's multiple car lengths ahead of each other. And it's going to be just a really stretched out race right now. Unless a caution comes out, these guys are going to probably drive that out until they hit the pits. All right, looking at these guys' times. Once again, Carl Handwerk about 2 seconds behind Nick Nickerson as he gets ready to cross the line. Will that change? And here we go. Nope, looks like Nick has just a great run on Carl Handwerk. Christopher Hamilton also kind of in the same boat. Stretched out too far and has no space to really get into a draft or use that to his ability. Willie Evernham holding on strong. All the front leaders, man, they're stretched out real far right now. That's tough. I don't know if it's tires that's just kind of playing into effect, where these guys are kind of just on worn tires and they have to be very careful, or they're just so far out of the draft they can't even pick it up. All right. We're at that 29 lap mark. This is it. Getting ready for those final stretches. No more playing Mr. Nice Guy out on the track. It's time to kind of put your head down and keep going. Nick Nickerson going ahead and doing that on the track. Carl Handwerk trying to reel him back in. Same thing with Christopher Hamilton, but Hamilton has Terry Condas behind him and Eric Andrews. Terry Condas is not on the lead lap, but Eric Andrews could use Terry Condas as a boost. What a beautiful pass past that fast pass camera. Up in front, still Nick Nickerson. Carl Handwerk trying to reel him back in. Christopher Hamilton sitting in third, but Eric Andrews still hungry to get his position back. Wes Fuller and Willie Evernham also looking to grab some positions. So this is pretty much the hardest part of the race. It becomes more of a time trial against yourself than actually racing against other people. So now it's coming down to consistency and can you beat your times? Can you catch up to these guys? You guys are all pretty much out of the draft, so it's kind of an equal playing field. So these guys just need to really kind of hunker down and try it out. This is pretty awesome. You know, Darlington was a rough start for these guys, but now that we're seeing the race stretch out, it has become a very manageable race. We're going to have to see how pit strategy works into this now that these guys do. If they can keep this up, they're going to have to use pit strategy and start working their way out there. With 22 laps to go, it's going to be tough, but definitely doable. Still up in front, Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk a ways behind. Same thing with Christopher Hamilton. We're talking about, man, almost half that front stretch length between these guys. They're pretty far apart. Terry Condas looking for a move on. Christopher Hamilton keeps pushing the issue. Terry is a lap or two behind, but he could definitely make those passes to get himself up there and get ready for a lucky dog. As these guys stretch out and start to hit lap traffic, Carl Handwerk getting around. Swings it out just a tad bit. 20 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. We are on, or almost on the final stretch, about 10 laps to go, and then definitely the final stretch. One thing I'm listening for right now is these guys enter in the corner, how much are their tires chirping? If you really hear them squeaking or chirping out there, then you definitely need to hit the pits. That means your tire wear is really low, and you're losing a lot of traction, and so you kind of need to offset that right now. Will it get you back out on time? Probably not. Once again, top 5, Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk, Christopher Hamilton, Willie Evernham, and Kevin Foster. Oh, looks like we just had a move made. Dylan McDonald getting around Kevin Foster. Kevin is hitting the pits. Looks like he's going to be pitting first out before these guys, trying to get out ahead of him. Nick Nickerson still staying out. Nick sending it in. Looks like he's going for the pits. Carl Handwerk also staying out, trying to go for the lead. Out in the track still. Looks like Willie Evernham, Dylan McDonald, Matt Crockett, Joshua Billard just getting out there. Same thing with Kevin Foster. Still staying out. Kevin Foster looking to make some moves. Christopher Hamilton dropping in. Carl Handwerk also back out on the track, but next to Joshua Billiter. And it looks like Josh is going to let Carl pass him and try and run down Nick Nickerson. Nope, Nick is in the pits. Take that back. Where's he out in the field, though? Looks like he's just rolling out of the pits. And there we go. Willie Evernham getting ready to take the lead away from Carl Handwerk as he gets into the pits. Take that back. That was Nick Nickerson. Carl Handwerk still up in front. Getting ready for 12 laps to go as we cross that line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. 12 laps to go. Tension's rising. Drivers kind of kicking it into high gear right now. Whether they're on fresh tires, used tires, or low on field, they're going to most likely have to stretch it out and make it work for themselves. Checking in with Nick Nickerson as he's dropped back behind. Joshua Billiter up in front of him. And Willie Evernham in between. Nick now in 4th place. Looking to make another move on Joshua Billiter, snagging 3rd place away from Joshua Billiter, still on the run to catch up to Willie Evernham. Can he do it? Looks like Nick Nickerson able to get around Carl Handwerk. Looks like we missed that on the camera. We're going to go ahead and jump back to replay and capture that. Still can't find the spot where he got around him. There it is. Looks like Carl Handwerk went into the pits and got himself back out. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Was curious if we saw a if we missed a battle breakout or if it was just a pit stop, and it looks like a pit stop getting ready for the end of the race. Carl Handwerk still able to get out in second. Nick Nickerson in first, third, Christopher Hamilton, Eric Andrews in fourth, Kevin Foster in fifth, Willie Evernham in sixth, seventh, Matt Crockett, ninth, Terry Condas, eighth, Terry Condas, and ninth, Bill Harkins. Thanks, James. Yeah, sorry, I was going to go back. I didn't want to miss that. Everyone pretty much really stretched out right now, other than seeing people lap each other. It's kind of a lone man's race right now. You can see Carl Handwerk on the opposite side of Nick Nickerson. Question is, does Nick Nickerson need to hit the pits? He does have 7 pits under his belt, so he could be on the lead pit. Or, sorry, he could be on fresher tires and not have to worry about it, but he could have also just been pitting every opportunity he got, so we'll have to see how that plays out for these guys. Still a stretched out race for everyone out on the track. Four laps to go. Carl Handwerk almost a full turn behind him. He's trying to catch up to Nick Nickerson. He's running about a second faster lap. So can he catch up? He's got seven and a half seconds distance. 3 laps to go. I think this is Nick Nickerson's race in the bag right now. I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure this is Nick Nickerson's race. And Carl Handwerk makes a mistake off the track, or on the track. Looks like he got sideways there. It's going to scrub a little bit of speed off him. That's going to open up for Christopher Hamilton to catch a run on Carl Handwerk. Can he get up to him, though, in time? Nope. He is still just too far away, and that little incident dropped him down another 2 seconds behind Nick Nickerson. So Nick Nickerson's on some pretty worn tires, I think. But he's had such a dominating lead right now, he's able to kind of just stick out there and run with it. But if we look at his lap times, he is getting perpetually slower. And here we go for the final lap. On the exit of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for the finish line. It's going to be Nick Nickerson taking first. Second is going to go to Carl Handwerk as he crosses the line. And Christopher Hamilton flying in for a solid 3rd place finish. I think it's his 2nd race back with Core. And look at that. Boom. Snags himself a podium spot. Way to go. What a race. That was a pretty big upset for a lot of drivers out on the track, but at the same time, had across that late halfway section, probably about 1/3 of the way, the race completely changed. A lot of drivers had a hard time out there. They pulled themselves off, and they found themselves, really being able to stretch out the field. Nick Nickerson had such a good run. It was really hard to reel him in, even though, Carl was reeling him in by a second almost every lap, and then makes a mistake. He's definitely pushing it, trying to catch up to him. So it's just one of those things where it's sometimes people get a dominating lead and they just get that run and they go with it. It's really hard to get them back after that. All right, let's get these guys in the booth. Once again, tonight's results. First, Nick Nickerson. Second, Carl Handwerk. Third, Christopher Hamilton. Fourth, Eric Andrews. Willie getting fifth. 6 going to Kevin Foster. 10 going to Matt Crockett. 8th going to Terry Condas. 11th, Bill Harkins. And 10th, Joshua Billiter. Looks like a lot of the drivers got DQ'd due to incident rating. That's a bummer. Incidents being how many times they hit the side of the wall, and that counts as one incident or a couple incident points. And then if they stack up too many, they get DQ'd from the race. Ouch. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 15 finishing in 3rd place, that's going to be Christopher Hamilton. I think this is your second race back. Am I correct on that? Third or second?
Third race in these cars. The first one I did at Watkins Glen, lost audio halfway through.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Last week I came back late because internet problems, and this week was actually pretty smooth sailing. I actually got a lot of practice in.
Well, there you go. It paid off, man. Sitting in 3rd place. That was a very tough run at Darlington. At first, it was a very close race for a lot of drivers, and then it stretched out and it became a time trial between you guys. And that's very difficult to do, especially on a short track.
Oh yeah, halfway through that run, you lose I think we were running low 30s on fresh tires. We were running 32s towards the end of a run, and then my run actually got caught short because I smacked it into the wall. I was like, okay, I have to come this time or else I'm going to lose time.
Yep.
Luckily, I still had my fast repair, so yeah, I need to work out more pit strategy stuff because I think that's what happened. I just went with 4, filled her up full of fuel, but I haven't been able to gauge on how much fuel I'll be able to need for getting me to the end of the race instead of taking the full 11 gallons, actually taking more 5 or 6 just to get me to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that just, comes with experience. Now that you're back driving, it just takes a little bit of time to get used to that. But overall, dude, great race. You drove solid. You're pretty much on the coattails in 2nd place for most of the race, and then, you dance between 2nd and 3rd. So definitely finding your groove out there. Just got to keep at it, and, we'll see you up there in 1st pretty soon.
I was really trying because this was the last playoff race, and if I won it, then I would have gotten in.
Yeah.
I was definitely going for it, but I had nothing for Carl on restarts. I saw how much time we had left in the race, and I was hoping for a late race caution.
Yeah.
Because then everything would have been shaken up.
Yeah.
But huge shout out to Carl. He's been super flexible for me coming back racing. Pretty much came at the end of both series. I'm here to learn some ovals and try to do my best on all these.
You got it, man. You're doing a good job out there. I think this is the 2nd time I've had you in the booth back to back. So keep it up. Keep scoring those keep scoring those podiums, and hopefully we'll see you back for the next season when we get booted back up coming, I think, for the new year. So hopefully we'll get you back into the points game and getting yourself up there.
Yeah, huge shout out to some friends back home. I gave them the link to the broadcast, and they love watching me go around. And I actually got the paint finish this time, so that was great. So hopefully, hope you liked your Death by Moose Media.
Oh, I love it, man. I love that you rock it every time. It's super awesome.
All right, appreciate it.
You got it, man. Good job out there, and I'll see you next week.
See you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second place finisher, the number 18, Carl Handwerk. Carl, that was a little bit different than what I've usually come to expect from short tracks. You were able to stretch out that run. Same thing with you and Nick Nickerson. That was a really stretched out race. That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words at this point. I'm really tired of just gifting Nick wins because I definitely had a better car than him tonight again and just pissed it away, and it's really getting frustrating.
Yeah, I saw you hit the wall a couple times, and that's kind of tough.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was pit road. I got slowed up, and then all of a sudden I got inside the cone, and then all of a sudden I pushed and didn't want to turn into the actual pit lane there, so I had to go back around and basically just keep cruising around out there and hoping that there was a caution. But yeah, I'm tired of everything kind of.
I feel you.
And it's me. I mean, it's not. I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm the one that did it. It's just I'm really pissed off right now.
All right, man. Well, you still made second place. That's still a good run. I know it's frustrating, but hey, there's always next week. Come back and get them.
Yeah. It's. I mean, like I said, it's second. I'm not mad at a second, but I'm just.
Yeah, because I
hit wins week in and week out.
I looked away for a split second and came back. I'm like, wait, what?
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay. And then one of the guys informed me while I was trying to get that on the replay what happened. So, it is what it is, man. But we'll see what you can do next week. Do you have anyone you want to shout out?
I just want to thank everybody in here that does this week in and week out, and all the admins for helping out, because it's it can be a pain sometimes, and I don't think the admins get enough credit for what they do.
No, you guys put in a lot of work.
Yeah, and one other guy I definitely want to shout out that doesn't get enough shout outs is Paul Butler. He helps out a lot behind the scenes, not just as an admin, but as a as our web designer and everything like that. I mean, the website looks awesome. There's nobody that can tell me otherwise. So definitely want to send a shout out to him. And obviously, you as usual, you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. That being said, yeah, I have to back you up. Paul Butler does great work on websites. I'm blown away by that stuff.
It does.
But yeah, we'll see you next week, man. And we'll come back with positive attitude and a go get him attitude, and you'll put it to him. I think you'll get him.
Yes, sir. Thanks, buddy.
You got it. Talk to you later, man.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, our back-to-back first place winner, the 85 Nick Nickerson. Dude, you're on a roll.
I know. Yeah, pretty fortunate in the last few races, but can't gloat too much because I know it can be any moment when it flips around.
Yeah, it's one of those things where sometimes it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. You got to be, it's like that the guy that runs in third place sometimes gets first. Where you're just there at the right time, and you're just you're good enough to stay up with the front pack, and you're riding in either first or second, and then sometimes someone slips up and makes a mistake, and boom, that's yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been on the other side of that too.
Oh yeah,
where it gets frustrating, finishing second all the time, and that kind of like compounds the issue.
Yes,
frustration and everything. But definitely feel fortunate. Especially in this league, I mean, it's not like I won every single one of them. I got some guys that got their first wins which is awesome to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. This race was tons of fun. It was hectic as all hell. I must have hit the wall a million times like everybody else. Not sure what happened with Carl at the end there. I really expected
He missed his pit.
him to be in front of me. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he messed up in the pits. So that's why he's really irritated.
Like a pit entry?
I think it was the pit entry. He missed the cone, and he had to drive
Mm-hmm.
around again.
Yep, I've done that many times. It's one of the hardest pit entries in all of iRacing.
Yeah,
here.
and especially if you try to do a fast pit entry with that one, and you do that late dive. Oh, dude, sometimes it doesn't want to turn, and that's definitely what happened to him.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I think he was definitely going to win if that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I think it stretched out enough to where you guys had enough of a gap to where I thought he had it, and then I looked away for a split second. And I was like, what just happened? And then
I know.
Boom.
That's when he came out. I was like, oh man, he didn't take 2 tires, and then he was like 6 seconds behind me, but he wasn't gaining on me. I'm like, oh man, something must have happened.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, good race, man. I'd like to thank everybody that puts on this league. Now we're going into the playoffs. It's going to be quite exciting. See what happens.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Playoffs are exciting. We'll be it's gonna be some pretty good racing for the playoffs. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll see who makes it the wild card and works their way up.
Yep, I definitely think so.
All right, man. Good job out there.
Yeah, appreciate it, man, and I will see you.
Yeah, I'll see you around.
All right, man. Take
You
care.
got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Southern 125 of the Core Vintage Cup Series benefiting Stamp to Cancer. Once again, our finishers, Nick Nickerson, Carl Handwerk, Christopher Hamilton in the top 3. Then going to Eric Andrews, Willie Evernham, Kevin Foster, Matt Crockett, Terry Condas, Bill Harkins, and Joshua Billiter. Good run out there for a lot of the guys out there. It was tough. A lot of these guys, got DQ'd due to incident ratings. It's tough. Every time you hit the wall, it queues you up for a couple points, and if you get over the incident rating, you get disqualified. We they implemented that just to make sure that people weren't getting too crazy out on the track. And these short tracks, you have to be very careful. That wall keeps stacking up points, and you touch it one too many times, and they'll ask you to hit the pits. So with that being said, I hope everyone enjoyed the race tonight. It stretched out unexpectedly, which is really interesting. That's something different that happens, and it's cool to see that stuff happen. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed the race. We'll have a broadcast tomorrow night. That's going to be DXR. Once again, those Pro 2 trucks hitting... take that back. The Pro 2 trucks will be hitting a drift course. So this is going to be a fun run for these guys, not a points race. We will be taking the Pro 2s and doing a drift till you drop event. So we'll be scoring it like style points and stuff like that. It'll be a lot of fun and kind of just messing around. A little bit less tension for these guys. And then with that, after that, we will have our iRacing short course series on Wednesdays, and then back at it again on Sunday for our second round of the playoffs for the Premier Series for Core. So once again, I hope everyone enjoyed tonight, and I'll see you guys around. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a good night.